Winter's Edge bustled again, but now with folk from across the north. All were in need of homes and work. Leaf suggested a new builder's yard would solve both problems. The yard needed a builder, and Arlo knew who to ask. Some rats protest at any change to their view. None more so than the elder at Mossbug Farm. If a builder was near, he would know. The glimmer in the dirt revealed an ancient runestone, perhaps fallen from one of the pillars that encircled this tomb. The runestone slipped into place. Arlo wondered which tale was true, that treasure lay within, or some ancient horror. On hearing that Arlo was warden, the old rat was quick to report a beaver had moved onto the hill, rebuilding the old shack, and that maybe Arlo should check his permits. These farmers had been to the shack to trade with the beaver, but found no sign. Perhaps, like these rat folk, something else had found him first. The sky once again burned bright with a flashing light, but this time it was accompanied by an eerie laugh. Before the warden stood a slender rat, his lips still curled from laughter. As Arlo went to question the stranger, he clapped his paws together, imparting his gift onto the warden. Although Arlo was grateful for the gift, he could not ignore the feeling that this stranger was using him as part of some intricate plan. At the shack, the only clue was a tuft of fur and half-chewed logs, until he heard a snarl that stood Arlo's fur on end. A backstabber pup. The pup's nest would not be far. Arlo feared for the beaver's fate. At the shack, the only clue was a tuft of fur and half-chewed logs, until he heard a snarl that stood Arlo's fur on end. A backstabber pup. The pup's nest would not be far. Arlo feared for the beaver's fate. At the shack, the only clue was a tuft of fur and half-chewed logs, until he heard a snarl that stood Arlo's fur on end. A backstabber pup. The pup's nest would not be far. Arlo feared for the beaver's fate. Beaver lay unmoving, another death on his conscience. The culprit stood before him. Arlo did not have his father to aid him. This time he would fight alone. The backstabber lay defeated, and Arlo paid his respects to the beaver, who leapt up at Arlo's paw. Playing dead had spared his life. A chance to work and live at Winter's Edge brought a sparkle to Billy Beaver's eye. He could not wait to get his teeth into the stone of the mighty keep. Arlo hoped he did not mean it literally. Billy Beaver in place, work could start on the builder's yard. With enough materials and gold, Arlo would make Winter's Edge a place beyond his father's dreams.